So there are many features of ASL that are required to bring it to life, per se. But there's one in particular that I think is the most important. That's what I'm going to be talking about with you today, and that's non-manual markers. So in ASL, you have signs, obviously. Um, those communicate. The idea is just like in English, we have the words. Those can communicate. But there's a lot more to it than just that. Say, when you're speaking to somebody, you're not just listening to the words. You're listening to the tone of voice, the voice inflection. You're listening for questions and sarcasm, other things or jokes that can be conveyed through tone of voice. You're also looking for facial expressions as a transition marker or for emphasis. And then you're looking for body language, depending on the conversation, for different features. Like if you're having a personal conversation with somebody or an important subject, you can tell through their body posture. ASL has stuff like that too. The biggest thing in ASL is facial expression. Facial expression is huge in conveying emotions in grammar. For instance, in ASL, you use your eyebrows to convey different kinds of questions. A WH question such as who, what, when, where, why, and how are all conveyed with you move forward and the eyebrows come down. And that is a who, what, when, where, how, or why question. A yes or no question happens at the end of the sentence and the eyebrows go up. Those convey questions. Emotions and emphasis on signs are conveyed by mouth movements, such as a skinny. If someone is very, very skinny or something is very slim, it's rather than just the sign for thin. Something large, just be big. But if it's just gigantic, you have all of this that changes to emphasize that. You have those, you have other facial expressions that can change with general emotions, the happy, sad, angry, those kinds of things. Those come out on the face just like they would for an English speaker. Next thing with non-manual markers is the use of your body. The most common non-manual marker with the body is called a role shift, moving your body to become someone. For instance, in ASL, when you are talking about a conversation between two people is the easiest. You have Sally, and you place, because you use the space in ASL. So you place Sally here, and you have Jim, you can place him over here. Now in English, when you're talking about a dialogue, it's he said, she said, he said, she said. In ASL, you don't say he said and she said. You don't say Sally said. It's not a thing. In ASL, because you have Sally over here and Jim over here, if Sally's saying something, you do this. You role shift. So when you do this, you move into this position, and now this is Sally, and then you sign what Sally had said. And then you flip to become Jim, and you sign what Jim had said. And so in ASL, you become the person by moving into that position where you put them. And that's not limited to just two people. You can have people here, 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 and here, and you can move your whole body. You can take a step forward. You can do a minor and then a major role shift to become those different people. And that identifies who's talking when. Because ASL is very spatial. It's all about the use of the space here. So Non-manual markers are a huge deal because you can just have the signs. Just like English, you can have the words. But if you don't have the role shifting, you don't have the facial expressions, you don't have the eyebrows moving, you don't have the mouthing correct, then they're just signs, just like English. If I talk monotone, if I just talk like this and have just the words and they have really not much meaning, there has to be some voice inflection to change the meaning of the words and add emphasis. So that's just some basic stuff on non-manual markers.